so extra, but I know I'm the same. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama. Cause when it pop off, it's like, oh my. All good all day, but the night we be going so hard on the flip side. So tell me what we on a day, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave, tryna control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we could share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night. Now all of my calls go to voicemail. I block you so I don't raise hell. Should've talked through it in detail. Our separate ways ain't gon' end well, no. But when we get back, it's like, oh my. All bad all day, but the night time get that good, good till we act right. So tell me what we on today, babe. I could keep that same energy. When you go low, I go low too. But you'd rather stay high, I know you. Can we stay high, babe? I'd rather be on that wave, tryna control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we can share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could do it all night. We could go all night, all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead. We could go all night.
I've been calm, cool, collected, but you pushing on my nerves. And knowing your attention, I'm under pressure. Okay, I'm admitting that a couple things I said got acidic in the tone. In the presence, I get careless. Long as you know I come with imperfections. When you look at me, you see the soul through my flesh. You something special. Know you looking bomb, the way you dressing, gone flex and hold it still and let my mind digest. You got the leverage, you got the upper handle on the situation. You worthy of a million more of the storms that we weather. We fight retreating, then fuck, but you trying to kill the cycle. When nobody's stressing that body like me, I know the way you like it. I treat you like a queen, run the castle, you a treasure. Feel like you setting fire to my desire for the pleasure. You a gem, got me blameless, make amends, know you can, I'm out here
trying to control our emotions. If we on the right side of passion, we can share love in the ocean. But if you wanna go insane either way, baby, we could go all night. We could go all night. We could go all night. Do we heal, do we bleed? I'ma follow your lead, but we could go all night.
Hey, everybody. It is Tea Talk with your girl. It is Tuesday afternoon, and we are live. I see Glam Rocks is in the house. Hey, Glam Rocks. G Tina, Tea Talk member, Lady Ma, Jacqueline Hedgepeth, welcome up in here. Tootsie 26, Jersey Aquarian, I'm Not Bothered, Soundcheck Annette, Tea Talk members. Hey, y'all. Maxine Perry, Cupcake Mamas, Marietta, welcome up in here. Sheila Joe, Tea Talk member, Lady Ma, welcome in the building. Mama Bees, Tea Talk member, Now Lady Mango, Chris Stephanie, hey y'all. Alyssa Triplet, that blind lady, Tea Talk members, Sonia Gudry, Regina Phillips, Tea Talk member, Lady Ma, welcome in here. Gwen Brown, welcome up in here. She said, keep smiling on purpose. I definitely agree. Linda Moore, welcome in here. Welcome in here. Cricket 22, my mic checker, mic checker is in the house. Hey, Tea Talk member, welcome in here. Miss Mary Willis is in the building. She said, sorry, we going through this. Child, I ain't worrying about it. Pink Horse Forever, welcome up in here. Erica Butler, welcome up in here. Jacqueline Hedgepeth, T-Talk member. Norma Chapman, CDW, Valerie Bella, Kim Jones, welcome in here. Peaches and Cream, T-Talk member. Lady Maud in the building. Hey, how you doing? Let's see. Annette Wiggins, welcome up in here. Uh-huh. The code is pro say. Yep, that's the code. Pro say. Okay. Hey, it's Tat. Welcome up in here. Mama V, welcome in here. Hey, Patricia Bennett. Hey, it's Tati's Tea Talk member, Lady Mob. Welcome in here. Welcome in here. No wonder it's hot outside. These YouTube streets is hot. Well, baby, it ain't hot where I'm at, just so you know, okay? It ain't hot where I'm at, just so you know, okay? So, it's hot on these streets, but it definitely ain't hot where the hell I am. Okay. The Tea Factory podcast. Welcome up in here, Lossie Jones. Hey, the business on hand. What is going on with the boy bloggers suing the sisters and brothers? The bogus lawsuits going on. Crazy arses gone off into la la land. It's court time. Well, the thing is with his lawsuit that Mel revealed last night, that lawsuit is only naming her as a defendant. Okay. She's not, though he mentioned all of us, what she was basically letting us know is that any of us any day, anytime could probably end up on that lawsuit. I think that's kind of what she was letting us know. Like, beware, your name is in these papers, so y'all could end up in the lawsuits. So I think that's kind of what she was saying. That light don't look right. So I think that's what she was telling us, but we're not named per se in that lawsuit. Okay. Um yeah, we're not named in it. It's just that he put our names in there to try to build his case. But the thing, I'm going to say the same thing about that as I say about the millimeters. That's the thing that gets on my nerves with people. Like, first of all, you can't blame a male for anybody else's actions. What do you put in our titles and our names of the videos and the fact that we use your pictures? You use people's pictures all the time. As my memory recalled, you use like a half naked picture over there and try to say it was male. So you use pictures all the time of other people. Why is it a problem if somebody use your picture? Your pictures are on the internet, on Google. If somebody want to go Google them the same way they can Google mine, why can't they use the pictures? You dragging people's names and stuff because of their titles and their thumbnails and their title. Come on now, grow the fuck up. As much as you use people's stuff, you can't then turn around and be like, "Oh, I want to get these people for defamating my character." No, sir, you did that to yourself. You did that to yourself. Right, innocent instigator. She said it may come down the pipeline, so be prepared. His exhibit title set the stage for something down the line. Right. Right. That's why she's letting everybody know that even though at this point there is nothing, but this is open, that definitely there could be something going on. Well, let me tell you, I don't got a problem going to court. I don't. So he can go ahead if he wants to, but I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna countersue. I'm gonna need you to pay my legal fees because I'm definitely gonna get a lawyer to make sure that there is some fees that you gotta pay. Because I'm over that. Don't keep putting my name in shit. I already got my name in one dumbass lawsuit. Well, it ain't, it's Tea Talk with your girl. That's enough. Now that other name ain't mine, but that Tea Talk with your girl, that's my channel. So I don't want my name, my channel name, to keep coming up in these frivolous ass lawsuits where you pretending that people bullying you and attacking you and defaming your character. Do better, sir. Do better. It's just not right. It's not right. It's not right. So anyway, listen, I got the court documents in my hand right here. You see, you see the name of them. Cause I don't know about putting these court documents on the loading them up in StreamYard. I ain't too keen on doing that one, right? I ain't too keen on doing that one. But anyway, I do have these court documents here where Mr. Anthony Lofties is the plaintiff and YAPA Apartment Living Program Inc. is the defendant. Okay. Now, if many of y'all know, he worked in the healthcare industry and he would go live many times from work. So I've seen patients, I've seen, all of that. Hey CC, how you doing, babe? T Talk member, I've seen it all. And so I don't know where this newfound thing is coming from, but at any rate, he is suing his uh 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 ex-employer, because he's no longer employed with them. So he says it goes to say this. This is the complaint. For his complaint against Yappa Apartment Living Program Inc., the plaintiff, Mr. Lofty, states these things, okay? One, Mr. Lofty's is a former employer of the defendant. The defendant is a Pennsylvania for profit corporation with its principal place of business at 1 Highlands Drive, Charleston, Pennsylvania. Okay? The defendant may be served with this process, yada, 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 down in Tennessee. This is an action for equitable relief and damages for unlawful employment practices brought under 42 U.S.C., the Tennessee Human Rights Act, and the Tennessee Public Protection Act, Code 501-1-304, in Tennessee common law. The court jurisdiction under 28 U.S.C. 1331 through 1367 venue is proper under 28 U.S.C. Now, I ain't no lawyer. Don't ask me what all them numbers is, because, child, I just know they numbers. But I'm going to tell you the parts that I do know. So hold on, because we going for a ride, okay? It says, Mr. Lofty reserved the right to amend this complaint to assert his claims under the title of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. He timely filed a charge of discrimination. Okay? Discrimination with the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission as to his title, his actual, y'all know what I'm talking about, actual orientation, and race discrimination, harassment, and retaliation claims on April 2nd, 2024. Once he received a notice of right to sue from the EEOC, he will timely amend this complaint to include his claims under that title. Now, did y'all hear what I said? April of 2024. Okay. Mr. Lofties is an African American gay male who worked for the defendant as a psychiatric technician slash residential advisor in Tennessee until it abruptly discharged him for alleged unsatisfactory performance. He says, without notice, warning, or opportunity to cure any alleged performance deficiencies. Now, did I tell y'all that before I even started coming out here, I went to look up Tennessee laws? And so Tennessee is an at-will, yep, that's what I was saying, pink cars forever. This was a year ago. So when he got fired, terminated. So it's an at-will state. So unless these jobs are covered under like these doctor's office and things, they can just let you go. If unless they covered under the union, at least in my state anyway. At will means that if they're not covered under the union and they're not covered and bound under nobody, they can terminate you. That's what it means in my state. Now I don't know. Tennessee said they the same thing. Maybe they got some other laws, but when I read it this morning, what it said. Okay. Okay. It says that he performed his job for the defendant in an excellent manner. He received positive performance evaluations and never received any performance improvement plans from the defendant. Well, I just got to beg to differ, because on the outside looking in, I know y'all have heard me several times complain, because I was trying to figure out, Mr. Lofties, how you were going live from your job. Because see, even though like these my work hours now, I left my building and it's raining, but I left my building, went, got in my car and moved off my. I don't play around with my job. I don't go live. I drove over to the center right next to my job. So when you at work, right, you can't be at work going live on them people's property because then you still at work. And the instigator said if you live in an at-will state, your manager can wake up today and decide they want to terminate you. That's exactly what that means. So I'm not sure where this is going, but we're going to keep going. But I'm just saying, I don't know how you was giving these people this great performances when you was at, you was alive. One time I seen you live with a pregnant girl. Let me just back up one time. One time I seen you live with a pregnant girl and you asked her, did she need help down the steps? But you gave her medication before she left that place. And you asked her, did she need help to get down them steps? And she said, no, you was sitting at a desk. You was sitting at a desk. So I'm not too sure how your job performance was so great. Okay. So I'm not sure. But anyway, let's keep going. During his employment, the defendant discriminated against Mr. Lofty's because of his ex and his sexual orientation and race. They treated him differently and less favorably in the terms, conditions, and privileges of employment than similarly situated heterosexual female and non-African American employees, as well as employees who did not oppose, report, and refuse to remain silent about or participate in such discrimination and in illegal activities related to medications occurring in the defendant's workplace. So now he's saying that they was doing illegal stuff with the medication, but you worked there for a few years, so you must didn't mind, okay? These employees were not discharged despite them having the same similar or worse alleged performance issues and despite their having engaged in misconduct and in illegal activities related to client medications and medical records for which they should have been discharged. These employees either received performance improvement plan and or progressive disciplinary action for their performance and conduct and nothing happened. Here's we go again. Let me tell you something. In the at will state, if your business fall under at will, they don't got to give you no whole bunch of goddamn explanation, sir. They don't got to. They don't like you. You going live too much. They want your ass out of there. Okay? Yep, he did it with Abercrombie and French, and I think he won, though, with them. He won one of them lawsuits. Now, I've been sitting on this one, and I wasn't going to read it because I said, you know what? The boy don't bother me. I don't bother him. I'm going to go my way. He going his way. But since you want to throw me all up in some lawsuit, I don't got nothing to do with it. I don't know why y'all keep putting my name in every goddamn thing. Anyway, further, during Mr. Lofty's employment, the defendant created, allowed, maintained, and failed to remedy a sexual orientation and race-based hostile work environment that altered the conditions of Mr. Lofty's employment and made it more difficult for him to perform his job. Now, I do got one question here. If these people got all this hatred, because that's what it sounds like, towards the gay male, why the fuck they hire you, boy? Anybody can see you gay 20 miles away. Why would they hire you? Huh, come on now. Uh, uh, why would they hire you if they had a problem with your orientation? That's not adding up. Anyway, let's keep going. The defendant subjected Mr. Lofty to repeated offenses and unwelcome comments and treatment based upon his ex and sexual orientation and race. The supervisor and others repeatedly stated to and asked Mr. Lofty in front of other employees if he was dating and in a relationship with male staff members, including but not limited to CJ, and stated that Mr. Lofty and they were lovers, even after he told them that he was not into stop making such comments. So wait, you can take people to court and sue them for making comments because they saying you somebody's lover, but you don't mind getting over there on your horn and telling the whole world who the fuck Mel sleeping with. And you don't know shit about it. But now you want to take a motherfucker to court because they say you sleeping with somebody that you not sleeping with, when I guarantee you that you made some type of sexual innuendo the same way you did over there to Martell when you asked him, I'm sorry, to come interview on your channel, and he said no. You said you would slap it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, you know what you said. You know what you said. So now you want to sue these people for doing some shit that you was over there doing every day to Melody. You did this shit every day to this young lady. And now all of a sudden, you want to sue these people for some shit that you did every day. You flirt with everybody. So I'm sure you was on the job probably saying something inappropriate to these people. Anyway, these comments he said were embarrassing, unwelcome, and offensive, okay? He said that the defendants further harassed, mocked, belittled, and criticized him because of his sexual orientation and his race. Okay, a heterosexual female and or non-African American employees made discriminatory comments in the workplace to and about him. The defendant did not subject the employees to harassment and they didn't do shit, he's saying to them. Okay. Now, like I said, from the time I seen you, this is nothing for you to get freaky or talk out of the box to some man that some of them don't even want it. We done heard you talk like that to LeBarrett. LeBarrett ain't never came out and said he was a gay man. You done made situations. You done said things about old boy Chris Fletcher. You done said things. You done said things about people that didn't sound nice. And you done put people in beds together that you ain't never been there to see. But you got up on your platform and told the world that they've been sleeping together. You didn't mind doing that. But now nobody should do it to you, and now you want money because of it. Boy, shut the fuck. Anyway, Mr. Lofty's repeatedly opposed and reported discriminatory harassment comments, okay, and other illegal activities occurring in the defendant's workplace, including but not limited to the defendant falsifying clients' medical and medication records and logs, administering medication without the required supervision. That's probably was you because I don't think you got the right paperwork. To defendants managers, including but not limited to these people. Mr. Lofty's further provided corporate VP or HR and training. Okay, information regarding his discrimination, harassment, and retaliation claims, including relevant facts such as discriminatory comments that were directed at him, acts of disparate treatment, and discriminatory and retaliatory harassment, and information about the defendants falsifying clients' medical and medication records and logs and administrating medication without the required supervision. So, how long did you work there? Now, this is my complaint now. How long did your ass work there? How long did you work there? Because if you knew all this shit was going on, you just as guilty as they is. Let me tell you something about a job I had one time. When the people told me to go do such and such, and I knew I wasn't supposed to do it, and it was them people health, I quit. I quit. What you not gonna do is have me in here hurting nobody. I don't know nothing about this shit. Why didn't you quit? Why didn't you go find another job? You didn't have a problem. If that's what they was doing, you didn't have a problem with that shit. I seen you give out medication before. So if you was giving out one medication, you was giving out 2, 3, and 4 medications. And now all of a sudden you want to come in here and write all this shit about illegal this and illegal that. Well, I hope your ass get locked right up with them because you was doing it too. See, that's what happened when you go, you see, you try to make somebody else look bad, you mess your own self up. Anyway, the defendant did not take any corrective, preventative, and or remedial action in response for his reports of discrimination. Okay, Mr. Lofty's received no meaningful or appropriate responses to his complaints and reports. Okay, so the defendant response or lack thereof manifested indifferences or unreasonable in light of what it knew or reasonably should have known. As a result, the discriminatory conduct and illegal activities occurring in the defendant's workplace continued. Okay, he need his rent soon for $6,000. Yeah, he might think that's an easier mark to get. That's what he might think. That's an easier mark to get. That's 6,000. That's what I think. Um, let's see. Defendant alleged reason for discharge of Mr. Lofty's are false, and for actual orientation and race discrimination and retaliation for engaging in protected opposition and reported activities. When it fired Mr. Lofty's on March 1st, 2024, again, March 1st, 2024, the defendant stated that it did so for alleged unsatisfactory performance. After Mr. Lofty's filed his EEOC charge against it, however, the defendant shifted its alleged reason for discharging him. Okay. The defendant's post EEOC charge allegation that Mr. Lofty's used foul language towards members, clients, and their parents, and was prohibited from picking up additional shifts, are also false and pretextual. Defendant's HR director specifically stated to Mr. Lofty's in February 2024, you have not violated any policies worthy of terminating your employment. But did you ask them at that time, was they an at-will job? Because why would you go to them and ask them that? Anyway, he said the HR director told him, I wasn't pleased about doing this investigation because it was such a gray area, and that she would initiate a written warning just to establish expectations of our core values as a company and leave it at that. She further stated to Mr. Lofty, you are good to go on as normal business, and you will be able to work your next shift. Now, see, if you saying that they told you that in your face, they probably was scared to tell you the truth in your face because you goes the fuck off, and they might have thought you might go the fuck off on them. So they said they was going to tell you what they needed to tell you until you get out that building, and then I bet you they called you and told the truth. Because them people already see your attitude. You think you just showing us how nasty you could be? Oh no, that shit is showing up at work too, honey. Anyway, let's keep going. We on point number 14 now. It says, furthermore, other employees at the defendant's facility, including but not limited to NS, constantly use foul language in the presence of clients, members, and parents, and they were never discharged for doing so. Such language was part of the workplace culture at this facility. Now, who in the hell going to work cussing? How is that a part of the workplace culture? That's not even making sense. The judge ought to throw that right out. Anyway, the defendant's allegations that Miss S asked Mr. Lofty to clean two apartments during his shift and that he did not do so are also false. This is what he claimed. Mr. Lofty's was only asked to pick up the trash in one apartment. He was further advised that the condition of the apartment was not bad, but that wasn't true because the place was roach infested. Okay? And the cleaning crew had already been in the apartment and cleaned it, and that he only needed to pick up some remaining trash, which he did. Now let me tell you, if you doing a cleanup, now I'm just gonna speak from my property preservation. Shout out to Melody Cherie. If I go in there and there's trash in there, then I'm only going to clean up, the stuff that I'm supposed to clean up. But, sir, when you on the job and you go clean up something, you got to clean the fuck up. You know them people use that kitchen. You know them people use that shit there. They need you to clean up. Okay? They need you to clean up. That's why they asked you. You went in there and did what you wanted to do. Okay? It goes on. Number 16 says, furthermore, the defendant management instructed DR, a heterosexual employee, to clean the apartment at issue. While Mr. DR initially agreed to clean it, he ultimately failed and refused to do so. They did not fire Mr. DR. Okay. The defendants, number 17, the defendant's allegations that is terminated Mr. Lofty's employment because he continued to underperform and refuse to perform his assigned tasks and instead conducted personal business during his shift are also false. So he say, but I don't know about that. Unlike heterosexual female and non-African American employees who did not complain about discrimination and illegal activities related to medication, Mr. Lofty's was never disciplined for job performance as opposed to alleged conduct. Yet Ms. Sherrill stated to Mr. Lofty's that she was terminating his employment effective immediately for alleged failure to follow supervisor directives and to perform assigned job duties regarding apartment number 221 alone. This was false and pretextual. Mr. Lofty's did as Supervisor T instructed him to do and never failed to perform his assigned duties. So he said that he did not perform the duties. He did the duties that the lady told him to. But buddy, if the people said you didn't do your duties and they let your ass go, I believe that they let your ass go, and I believe you didn't do them duties, and I believe that they was afraid to tell you. This is what I believe, Anthony. This is what I believe. My banner's up. All things on this channel are legend, in my opinion, but this is what I believe from what I'm reading. You went up in there with your entitled ass and thought you could do what you wanted to do, and they said, "Not today, bitch. Not today." Anyway, the defendant's subsequent allegation that Mr. Lofty's violated use of social media policy by repeatedly posting on YouTube during his assigned shifts, and that it did not learn of these videos until after it separated his employment are also false and pretextual. Mr. Lofty's and his supervisor discussed these postings during his employment with the defendant. So what he said there was the lady is saying that after the fact, she found out that he was in those videos. But he's saying that's a whole goddamn lie because it was discussed when he worked there. So what that tells me is that somebody had concern about your ass being on that internet. And you can say what you want to say, okay? But he's saying he made those postings during breaks in his illegally extended work shifts, which often last 12 to 16 hours, and in at least one instance, 24 hours. That's not illegal in the medical field. Where'd you get that from? I know nurses that work 24 hours. I know nurses that work 16 hours. I don't think that's illegal. Where my resident nurse Sassy? I'm gonna ask her about that tonight. I don't think that's illegal. Some nurses do doubles. So how is that illegal? That's not illegal, sir. Anyway, it's illegal when you driving. You can't do that shit when you driving, sir. It might be legal in some places because you know giving people medicine it might be tricky. But I'm trying to tell you, I know nurses that can work 24 hours. Anyway, the defendant's allegations that it would have terminated his employment as a result of these serious policy violations had it been aware of them when they occur is false and pretextual. Okay. She was well aware of the postings during Mr. Lofty's employment and took no action in response. So what he's saying is this lady found out about him posting. That's what I thought, J.O.M. Hayden, that it wasn't illegal. That's what he just said it's illegal. I didn't think it was illegal. Now, I know people that do doubles and all types of shit. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck he talking about. Right. See, Andretta said they work crazy hours because of staffing issues. I already knew that was a lie. He got a lot of lies in here. Okay, a lot of lies. A lot of lies. Because what he's saying is he was posting on his lunch break, which I guess he's trying to say it's a duty free, but I don't think it's duty free when you sitting at those people's desk. See, I got a duty free lunch break too, but if I'm sitting at my desk and somebody comes, I don't turn them away because I chose to sit at my desk. When you sitting at your desk, you giving off a signal. Hey, I'm here. Here I am. You're at your post where you're at your normal time of work. So when you're and you're doing those lives, then that's not good. Clock this T said during one of his lives, the police came to his door while he was at work. Does anyone in the chat remember that? Okay. There's no basis of law protecting you from sexual choice in Tennessee. There's a basis for sex discrimination and difference of treatment in the same or similar situation. Lawsuits are filed, all not one. He was talking to clients while on his lives also. Yep, sure was. Anyway, let me finish so I can tell y'all what he looking to gain, okay? I got to tell y'all what he looking to gain, okay? It's as described above. It says the defendant discriminated against Mr. Lofty's in the terms, conditions, and privileges of employment, subjecting him to disparate treatment, discharged him because of his sex, actual orientation, and race in violation of the THR X, sexual orientation, and race. 21. As described above, the defendant subjected Mr. Lofty's to and is liable for a discriminatory, hostile work environment that altered the conditions of his employment in violation of the THRA. Okay? Point 22. As described above, the defendant retaliated against Mr. Lofty's because of his opposition to and complaints about discrimination, harassment, and retaliation. Number 23. 23. As described above, the defendant retaliated against and discharged Mr. Lofty for opposing, reporting, and refusing to remain silent about illegal activities and for exercising rights under and refusing to violate the law and public policy of Tennessee, include but not limited to reporting defendants falsifying clients' medical records. Okay. Number 24. The defendant's conduct as described in this complaint is willful, intentional, reckless, and chronic, malicious, and recklessly indifferent. I'm just gonna have to say I'm gonna have to read these. Uh, um, she said my sound not good. All right. Let me get this one out of here. Let me get this mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Still sound, still sound. Change the mic. Okay, what about now? Can y'all hear me now? I changed devices. Let's see if that cleared up. Creole girls saying that the mic sound nice. Check one. The mic sound nice. Check two. All right. So, as a direct result of the defendant's discriminatory and retaliation conduct, Mr. Lofties has lost income and other privileges and benefits of employment, suffered embarrassment, humiliation, emotional distress, and anxiety, okay? Inconvenience and loss of enjoyment of life, and has incurred attorney's fees, costs, and litigation expenses. How you incur attorney fees when you're representing yourself? You're representing yourself. You're pro se again in this case. So, what attorney fees are you paying? I don't know. Anyway, this is what he asking for. Y'all ready? Relief requested. Okay. This is the relief requested. I could just put this on the screen, but just so y'all can see it too. This is the relief he requested. Okay. So let's start. Number one, a jury trial. He wants a trial of his peers, okay? Number two, he wants back pay and damages for lost benefits. Number three, he bold, ain't he? Compensatory damages for embarrassment, humiliation, emotional distress, anxiety, inconvenience, and loss of enjoyment of life. Number four, he wants front pay and damages for lost benefits. Okay? All right? Then he say, number five, he want punitive damages. Number six, he said he want attorney fees, costs, and litigation expenses. What attorney, sir? Anyway, he wants prejudgment interest and, if applicable, post judgment interest and such other and further legal or equitable relief to which he may be entitled. Okay? Okay? Nope, y'all. At the end of this say it was submitted by his attorney. His attorney is not on the first page, but on the last page, he does have an attorney for this case. Attorney Douglas Janey of Tennessee, attorney for the plaintiff. So he did go get an attorney for this case right here. I guess he's trying to win. So he is gonna incur some costs. So I guess he's trying to get it back. That's what I think, Candy. Candy said, is he just throwing darts to see what will stick? Mm-mm-mm-mm. No, Miss Sugar Sweet, I don't have those documents. I'm trying to get my hands on them now. He's a joke and representing himself against Mel's team. He cannot be serious. Yes, he is. All this in small claims court. I don't know. You can have a jury trial in the small claims cases. No, no, no. Mel's case is $6,000. I don't know how much he's suing for. But this is a pattern. This boy going and doing shit to people, and then he claimed that they doing it to him. Now he at work, he going live, he probably being rude to people. This is a legend in my opinion. But if he can set up on his goddamn panel, up on his YouTube, and be degrading and as nasty as he is to Miss Van, let's just use Miss Van. The names he called her, the degrading that he's done to so many women out here. If he do that shit to us on that goddamn YouTube, y'all just imagine what he doing down on them people's job. He down on them people job, calling them women out their name. He don't like women. He don't like women, in my opinion. He don't. So he ain't gonna respect them on the job or nowhere else. Cause he don't like women. But he not fitting to respect them nowhere. He want Mel to apologize on his platform in person and not using avatar. Mel ain't apologizing to him what for what? Yep, he got fired way before Mel made the live. Well, no. Cause wait. Cause the Houston thing wasn't that in 2023? Because beloved Kiki passed in oh, that was the same year, wasn't it? Because Kiki passed in I'm trying to think. Get it right now. Get it right, T-Dog. I gotta get it right. Cause I know Kiki passed around the time my son passed. And that was in May. So no, all of that stuff would have occurred before he got fired, I think. March, April, May, that's so close in time. So he could have gotten fired right around the same time. He did a whole cash out request for legal fees and people gave where the money he collected for his lawyer. What do you want Mel to apologize for? Mel don't owe him no apology. That probably is the maximum. Yeah, that probably is the maximum. It's 5 in mine. Where's the attorney contacts information and bar license number on the paperwork? His attorney sounds like Chat GPT. No, the attorney's name is there. It's there. It's not pro bono. Here it go. His attorney's name is there. So yeah, it's there. LGBT think by washing his social media pages that it's gone forever. All the slander, name calling, doxing, and disrespect he do to women over the years will never go away. Well, I hate to tell him this, but I know for a fact it ain't gone because I done screen recorded half the shit and sent it to Dawn myself. So I already know. Anytime I seen something, said something, thought it was important, I sent that shit straight to Dawn. So I'm trying to tell you, it ain't gone nowhere. All the name calling the mama big bag, saying you wish the mama and her was deceased. All that. Dawn got all of that. Dawn got all of that. All of that. So I don't even know why he trying to sue Mel, but I just put this case out here to show he got a pattern of lying. He was going down there to them people's job. This is what I want Mel to know. He was going down to the people's job. Mel know he was live. I know he was live. Y'all know he was live on the goddamn job. And there's no way you can sit at your desk and go live because when you have a duty-free lunch, your duty ain't free if you sitting at that damn desk. It ain't free. Yes, Bianca. It ain't free. It's not a duty free when you sitting your ass at that desk. Sorry, not sorry. Okay? Sorry, not sorry. Period. All right? Period. Because it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. Mel should have subpoenaed all of his followers because them ladies agree with him as well. Bianca said this dude is delusional. I have to agree. Well, I tell you what, don't know who agreed with him or who didn't. But when he go to court and lose, because when you go to court, you gonna lose because you forgot. See, this the thing that you forgot. You forgot you went online and degraded that woman and degraded her children, and you forgot that people like myself, we done already sent her all the fucking recordings. So she got all that shit. All of it. All of it. In his head, Mel his friend, but since she does not want to be his friend, he will attempt to hurt her. Well, you heard Carson. Carson say, hey, listen. Y'all heard what the hell Carson said. She said that she feel like he just want to be Mel's friend, and that's what I feel too. I believe he reached out to Carson, and I believe he got mad when Mel didn't reach back out to him. And y'all know that sucker don't like rejection. And he said, "I'm gonna fix this hoe because all she had to do was reach out, and me and her could have made up, and I could have got back in good graces with the millimeters, and I could have been back where I started from. But oh no, that little hussy, she gonna ignore me and tell me that girl ain't talked to her, and I know that girl talked to her." He also used AC as a third party to harass Mel. Oh, he probably got the address from Martell or Arion. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it that he got it from Martell or Arion. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Play the A said disbanded, disbanded. Well, it appears to me that Mr. Lofties, you have a pattern. You have a pattern of filing frivolous lawsuits because half the stuff you say you didn't do, I'm sure you did it. I'm sure you did it. Because if you did it on your platform, more than like you did it at work. Yeah, more than like you did it at work. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it, but it's true. If you was doing that shit on your platform, you was going live from that job, you was cussing on them lives, you was acting just like you was home when you was on them lives. I'm never gonna forget that time you had that girl in there, she was pregnant, and you was, being telling her goddamn business. And then you asked her, did she want help down the steps? What was you doing at work talking to her? You wouldn't be surprised if he ain't setting out them males' gates. He can set his ass out there, but he better not run up on Jason. He better not run up on Jason because his ass gonna be looking real dumb. Trust me, Jason don't play. He ex-military. I seen him in action in real life, and he quick, and he ain't playing about his job. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, he not playing about his job. So let him go down there and fuck around and find out if he want to. He will fuck around and find out. Do you understand me? That's gonna be something that he don't want to do. Going down there around that gate. He don't want to go down there around that gate because I don't think he ready for what Jason be cooking. Shit. His obsession with Melody is actually dangerous, but I know she's good. Locked and loaded. But the thing is he killing me. He talking about he don't want nobody talking about him, humiliating him and embarrassing him. But yeah, he got up on his platform and did that shit to Mel all the time. All the time. Every time. He get up there, he talk about her, who she's sleeping with, calling her all kinds of hoes, says she was sleeping with men every state, every country she went to. All that stuff, you set it up on your platform. You set it up there on the platform. Exactly, Miss Price 60. What he's saying in these paperwork is exactly what he been doing to other people. And that's the reason why I had told Mel. I said he filed another complaint. He filed another complaint. So I don't know if Mel want to get with them, but if he filed one on me, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go straight to these people and I'm gonna get with them and I'm gonna be a character witness for them. And hopefully they can help me out too to say this is what he did on the job. Because baby, put these two cases together. Yeah, he said Mel was pregnant with the security guard's baby. Sure did. All that. But nobody can't say nothing about him. And I bet you he was talking slick out his mouth to make people think that he was messing with that person. I bet you he was popping slick out of his mouth. I bet you he was. But Mel home minding her business. Mel home minding her business. And every time I turn around, you get your ass on the internet, you bring up another rumor about Mel. You make up something else for the people to run in these groups and run and tell. And now all of a sudden, you suing people, male being one of them, for the same bullshit that you claim is happening to you. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch? I can't stand people like him. I cannot. He was a crazy fan and just wanted to be around her. Sure enough. Wanted Jay so bad. Jay said, not today, bitch. Jay said he didn't want no parts of that shit. Okay. Jay said he don't want no parts of it. You're not gonna disrespect his friend like that and then think he gonna be cool with you. Jay said, no. No. Not doing that one. Damn, where my umbrella at? I need that damn umbrella to go back in this school, y'all. It is raining like a bitch out there. Let me see. I guess he longer getting those. Oh, no longer getting those $4.99 super chats. He don't be going live, do he? He would have been better off asking Mel to loan him $6,000. Shit. Wouldn't got no loan for me. All that shit he talking. No, indeed. No loan for me. Whew. Child, I had to get this umbrella. Baby, it is raining outside. Anyway, y'all, that is my lunch break. Don't let me do an AL today and act like I'm going to just sit out here all day on this live with y'all. Let me carry my ass back in there. Okay? Let me carry my ass back in my job. All of you CCs that he named need to get together and work to get him. He would have been better off asking Mel to loan. Oh, I seen that. I wonder how he came up with that total. That's probably the maximum for small claims court in Alabama. I think it's 5. I think mine is 5 in my state. Yeah, I think mine is 5. I think. Could have changed by now. Lipsy might be getting these lies from old baldhead Martell, just another to harass her and disparage her name. Really, y'all remember when Kimmy said Mel had a botched BBL online? She got that from Anthony. 5,000 in Philly. Yep, I think mine's still 5,000. But want to use women and ain't sorry. Nope, never sorry. Anyway, y'all, I'm getting out of here. Y'all have a good day. I'll probably be back here tonight. As the saying goes, make it make sense. Shaking my damn head. Right, Marietta. Ridiculously nuts. Anyway, y'all go have a good afternoon, and I'll holler at y'all in the next video, okay? But put the word out. This man got a whole pattern, but going making up these lawsuits and lying and shit, make pretend he innocent when he the one guilty. Because I'm telling you right now, I know goddamn well you was online at work. Okay, you was online, and let the people call me up because I got a couple videos I can show them. Peace.
When I go with confidence, when I go to the road, I hips and take back sip on it. Take a trip on it. When I go, you can go slow. Wind it up all night.